For my final project, I'm going to take you on a tour of art through the ages, beginning in 1500 through the present. We begin with Renaissance art, a time period where wealth was dominated by the church. This led to art being funded by the church, therefore representing its values. We can see these themes throughout the following pieces. There are two areas of Renaissance, Northern and Italian. Northern art displayed naturalism and realism, while Italian art represented more religious and mythological themes. Throughout this era, Jan van Eyck and Albrecht Dürer changed art forever. With Eyck's use of oil, his work was identifiable. He popularized the use of portraits and increased the value of a painting. Dürer was the first celebrity painter, able to mass-produce his work through the use of the printing press. William Shakespeare and his works also greatly influenced the Renaissance period. He created many plays and poems, but the themes of Renaissance art are most abundant in his play Hamlet. Trends such as death, the evil nature of mankind, motivation for action, and personal responsibility can all be seen in this theatric display. As we transition to the Baroque period, we begin to see developments in both art and music. The Baroque era came about as one of the reactions to the Reformation movement. The goal was to impress the Protestants, for rulers to impress their subjects and rivals, for artists to impress patrons with virtuosity. The Baroque period was built on emotion, elaborateness, and exaggeration, proclaiming triumph, glory, power, and control. Rembrandt and Bernini are just two of the many that prospered throughout this period. Musically, this is the time of Vivaldi and Bach. The Baroque period also led to the invention of opera and the violin. As we transfer out of the Baroque period, it is split into two different styles, Rococo and Neoclassical. Rococo was much lighter, with many small-scale, ornamental details, pastel colors, and lots of curvature. Neoclassical, being a rejection of Rococo, focused on rationalism and strength, having defined lines and more sensible colors. Popular Rococo artists include Jean-François de Troyes, Jean-Antoine Watteau, and Sir Joshua Reynolds. Neoclassical paintings from Jacques-Louis David and pieces performed by Beethoven and Mozart. Both set the tone for this era. As we shift into the latter section of the course, we discuss the Romantic period. Subjects involving nature, childhood, innocence, emotion, religion, and love, also nostalgia, are portrayed throughout the works of Francisco Goya, Eugene Delacroix, Theodore Géricault, and Caspar David Friedrich. Romanticism develops into realism, a time where humans were subject to their environment and overcome by carnal desire. Quickly, we transition into Impressionism, with some of the most popular artists our world has ever known. Monet, Van Gogh, Cézanne, and Munch, finally ending with the transition into the Picasso-dominated Cubism era.